Two lonely souls scene 2. Amy, the voice surprised Amy like a thunderstrike. She almost drove off the road. Molly, can you speak? Yeah, I speak. How so? You never speak at home. Me afraid you bad. No, sweetheart, I'm glad you can speak. Molly felt a big relief. She kept listening for a long time and she repeated the words when she was alone or with her mates. She also wondered why her mates didn't understand. She knew that they were different but she didn't have any idea how and why. All big people were nice to them and Molly wasn't sure if it wouldn't change if she spoke. Fortunately, her worries didn't come true and Amy's attitude even improved. Amy stopped at the next rest stop and sat down on the back seat next to Molly. Molly, do you understand me? Me, yes. How did you learn to speak? Me, Molly put her hand to her ear. Hugh. Oh, I see, you listen to us. Wisten. I teach you more, sweetheart. Do you know where we travel? Travel. Oh sorry, Molly. You don't know what it is. Wait and you will see. Me wait. Amy turned to Molly, hugged her, and kissed her forehead. I promise you will feel good. Thanks. Let's go. We will arrive there in an hour. How? Never mind, sweetheart. Amy drove off again and Molly leaned down and started thinking of the change. What would change if they talked together? What was their vacation and pension? Was it different from the center? They arrived at the pension about an hour later. Amy parked and helped Molly out of the car seat. Molly, you help me carry our luggage. Oh sorry. I show you. However, do you need a change? Are you wet? Me bit wet, no need change. Are you sure? I don't want you to leak. No Amy, me no weak. Me pee, she showed one finger to Amy. Do you know when you pee? Tell me when you pee. I know, me too. Molly really knew exactly when she needed a change. She has been using diapers for her entire life and she experienced many leaks. She wasn't able to control her bladder and bowels but she knew everything about the diapers and their capacity. She peed once since they departed and she knew the diaper would hold one more wetting. Amy smiled, gave Molly a diaper package, took a bag and stepped forward to the reception. The receptionist was a nice old lady. She noticed the diaper bag in Molly's hands and addressed her. Welcome, little one. What's your name? Me name Moe. The lady smiled. She already knew about Molly and wasn't surprised. She passed Amy the key and explained how to get to their room. Molly followed Amy and put the diaper bag into the cabinet. Amy showed her where to put it. They had to return to the car and carry more luggage. When they finished, Amy turned to Molly. Let's put the clothes in the cabinet. These are yours and put them here. Amy pointed at two shelves in the cabinet. Molly watched Amy closely and tried to arrange her own clothes in the same way. However, she stared at the dress. She didn't have any idea of skirts and dresses. Amy, what this t-shirt? She held the dress in her hand. Molly, this isn't a t-shirt, this is a dress. You don't need pants and you will wear it to dinner. Molly nodded and put the dress on the shelf. She also looked at the winter overall curiously. She saw overalls but this one was much thicker. Molly, you need it outside when we walk in the cold weather. They finished unpacking. Amy had to arrange Molly's clothing slightly and showed her how to do it. Molly watched her closely and nodded. Me better then. I know, sweetheart. Now we can have a walk outside but I'm thirsty and you probably are thirsty too. We get juice in the restaurant. Where's? Never mind, I show you. Let's go now. Amy took Molly at hand and led her slowly to the dining room. The dining room was a big surprise for Molly. She never was anything but the center. Molly was astonished by the luxurious equipment and stared at the bar, fireplace, and shelves full of bottles with brand drinks. There was only a waiter there. All other guests were somewhere outside. The waiter was an elderly lady and she knew about Molly's condition. Molly startled and hid behind Amy first, but the waiter smiled at her and told in a soft voice, "Sweetheart, don't be afraid, Auntie Mary brings you something." Amy ordered a coffee for her and juice in a sippy cup for Molly. She showed Molly the table and chairs and helped her sit at the table. Molly was quite surprised and kept looking around curiously. It was different from all rooms she knew. The waiter put the coffee and juice onto the table and Amy passed the sippy cup to Molly. "Molly, hold it carefully." Molly grabbed the cup clumsily, but she was able to drink the juice without dropping the cup. After all, she did it many times in the center. However, she surprised the waiter with a wide smile. "Thanks." Amy turned to her and stroked her hair tenderly. She was really glad she had taken the little girl with her. Molly finished her drink quickly. She was thirsty indeed. As soon as she put the sippy cup away, her bladder voided itself into the diaper. She was used to it and even felt the strange sensation, but she didn't reveal the connection so far. "Me pee." "Okay, sweetheart. Amy changes you and we go for a walk then." Amy paid for the drinks and led Molly back to their room. Molly unbuttoned her pants and pulled them down to her knees before lying down. "Sweetheart, you keep surprising me, you know how to unbutton your pants." Amy smiled at the little girl. Undressing and dressing was another skill Molly was able to learn. She had enough time to watch how to button and unbutton the pants, pull the t-shirt over her head and put it back on, or put on and remove her sneakers. After several attempts, she was able to do it on her own, but she also hid this skill and wondered why her mates weren't able to do the same. Molly really was cooperative. She closed her eyes, smiled, spread her legs, and waited until Amy untaped the wet diaper and started cleaning her crotch. She knew exactly when to lift her behind and ease the change. "Molly, do you really like the diaper changes that much?" Amy was a bit surprised when Molly nodded instantly. Yeah, diaper nice soft. She somehow loved the changing process. She could feel loving care. "Molly, you need some warm clothing." Amy took off Molly's pants and socks and dressed her into tights, a warm pullover, the warm overall, and winter boots. They left the room and Amy took a thermos with her and stopped at the dining room to fill it with warm tea. Amy led Molly out of the pension. They passed the parking place and headed towards a forest path. Molly was astonished by the beautiful nature and tried to remember everything she noticed. They walked down the path towards a small clearing and a frozen creek. The small girl was used to the center only and now her brain was overwhelmed by new sensations. Amy also was curious and decided to ask Molly more to learn as much as possible.